Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Elite here. Welcome back to the finale, the final race of Season 4. This is what we all been waiting for. This is what this has all been building up to. We got ourselves some nice screenshots here from Viper, actually, our competitor here, our rival here in this championship. Took some really cool screenshots. This is me. The car you're seeing up front, that is me. Me and him just went to a private lobby and decided to take some cool pictures. He did a real good job with that. Gonna use one of those for the thumbnail. So this race right here, this is of course not the championship. This is actually one of the league races in my non-contact league. I'm just throwing this up while I want to talk about the season a little bit before we get into the actual race. So I decided to throw this up so you guys can have something to watch. So yeah, let's talk about it for a second. So season 4, man. Season 4 has been a very good season. It has been a close season, a tight season. Going into the final race tied on points, which honestly should not have happened. I kind of put myself in that position, you know, with zero gas and all that. But hey, that's what happens, and we live and we learn. It was a cool experience in the end. We had fun. We kind of messed that corner up there. And DCRK, this is DCRK's league, if y'all didn't know. One of the fastest racers in open wheel with the soft brake strategy. As he takes second and is about to take first from this man Dave here as he goes around the outside, and Dave is now gonna be down in third. Sorry there, Dave. I guess we ain't talking about this race though. We ain't talking about this race. So anyway, get back to our championship here. So man, there has been so many races from from zero gas to Elysian, where a few incidents that happen. Those ones always hurt, you know, when you have a situation or a race that you could have had extra points and you rob yourself. It sucks, but that's racing. But it has been something different for me, because what you're seeing now, this is what I'm used to, man, or was used to for the longest time, was that non-contact shit, you know, pure pace, no nothing, no slipstream or nothing. You know, I would have been in this guy's slip at this point. We would be battling, which I actually prefer, but no, this is all non-contact. And no boost in our league, which I prefer as well, because soft braking is so stupid in my opinion. I don't hate it. I accept it as a strategy. I don't think it's like an exploit or anything. Maybe a little, but at the end of the day, it's in the game, so you either learn how to use it or or don't. As we temporarily take the lead, only for not even a second. DCRK just zips on out. He's like, excuse me. What do you think you're doing there, Elite? You're not taking the lead. You can just hang out in second, all right? You're not taking the lead. I don't know what you're doing. You just stay in second, all right? All right, DCRK. I'll stay. I know my place. I know. All right, I'll stay here. Anyways, get back to the season. So there was a couple races throughout the season, like Zero Gas and Elysian, and there was what was the other one? I'm trying to think of. There was one more circuit I'm trying to think of. Oh, Little Soul. Yeah, Little Soul at the beginning of the season. All three of those tracks for me were very tough, and Little Soul is one that Alex actually really likes. I actually don't mind the track, but for some reason, there's some certain corners that are just really tough for me to take on that track. But there has been some really, really good ones this season too, man. Like Ammunition was an absolute banger. Ammunition, hands down, one of the best tracks in the entire league, in my opinion. What else was there? I'm trying to think of all the really good ones. International was a highlight. Even with the Halloween event, International was fun. I enjoyed it. It was something different, something to look back at, you know. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a cool race. What else was there? I'm trying to think. Vespucci was enjoyable. I really enjoyed Vespucci. Plaza, Vinewood, all amazing tracks. Ajax did some good work with some of these tracks, so I gotta give him credit for that. There was also Terminal, which for me, it was my first time playing it, and one of my favorite tracks as well. Really liked Terminal a lot. It was a great track to practice and a great track to race, for me at least. Some people thought it was a little tough, but I enjoyed it. So gotta give Ajax a round of applause. Gotta give him some credit for this season. A lot of people be hating on some of his tracks, but you know what? Ajax did good with this season, and thank you to Ajax and to Stoney for providing this league and just putting the effort into it, and just overall dealing with all the stuff in the league, whether it be rules, whether it be appeals or whatever's going on. Thank you guys for keeping it somewhat professional. You know, I'm sure, you know, people get a little frustrated by certain things, but trying to keep it as clean and as clear as possible and just doing a decent job and providing a good overall experience for everyone. Just got to say thanks for that, because like, I'm sure it can be a little bit of a pain. Um, and as you guys can see, this is why I don't really race these non-contact races as much. Bro, look at me. I'm in 3rd place, and look at first and second. Look at, I mean, it's already forming a gap. I'm just in a pack of my own all the time, and it's because of that soft brake. I mean, you look at the field. I'm the only guy. I'm the only car in this race that can see DCRK and Adler other than themselves right now. I mean, look at the gap I have formed just to 4th. He's just going down the straight. And I mean, look at that. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Or it's whatever. That's like what? Yeah, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th place. And look at the gap I'm forming to them. That's all due to mainly the soft brake. Of course, maybe my line a little bit, but the soft brake mainly. Now look at DCRK and Adler. And the thing about these two guys, these two fellas here, I run the same line as these two. The same line pretty much, right? But they're getting more boost than me, man. They're getting way more boost than I am. And that is the problem, bro. That's the one thing I got sick of this soft brake shit. It's because I'm in a pack of my own. I'm in 3rd. And look at this. If I'm driving the way I'm driving now, and I'm just barely, as you can see, about 2-3 seconds behind the two of them right now. This is basically how it goes the entire race. I'm just chilling right behind these guys, and then everyone else is just gone. Literally, we lap everyone, bro. Everyone gets lapped. It's crazy, bro. And I understand it definitely takes some skill, like soft braking does. But that's why I like my contact beat more now, is because of the what's it called? The battling and the ability to stick within someone's slip, even if you're a 100th or 200 tenths. If you're like a 2 tenths off, right, off of someone's pace, if you're in 1st and that person catches you, you're gonna be able to defend and honestly slipstream battle them for multiple laps, even if you're a 10th or so slower a lap, because you're gonna be able to hold on their slip, and it's more realistic in terms of battling. And look at the gap right now. We're about 4.5 seconds behind the two of them. And bro, we're only on like lap fucking 5, entering lap 6, dude. Like over the course of an entire race, I'll be down like 45 seconds. But just imagine the rest of the field. They're gonna be down like a good fucking 5 minutes. That shit's absurd. And that's the one thing I really don't like about the old soft brake shit. It's not even that it's in the game, it's that a lot of people don't know how to do it. And even when you learn how to do it, there's multiple elements to it. There's multiple levels to it. There's learning the soft brake, there's getting used to the soft brake, and then there's mastering soft braking, which I haven't done. I'm good at soft braking, but there's mastering soft braking, and that basically means extracting the absolute maximum out of every corner and boosting in certain corners and doing all these tricks. I haven't quite got there yet, you know. I get a lot of boosts, but I don't get quite as much, and that's why you see me in 3rd there. You know, I'm getting a lot of boosts. I'm ahead of the rest of the fucking pack, everyone in that race aside from those two, and the reason for that is because I'm really good at soft braking, but I haven't quite mastered it, and it is costing me those few tenths a lap, you know what I mean? But enough of that. We've been talking about this shit for far too long. Let's go ahead and get back into this to talk about Season 4. And let's honestly get this race started here in a minute, boys. Let's get this shit going.
Wait, boxing?
And looking back at some old clips, man. Zero gas. Zero gas, zero gas. How could I forget you? And then we have Plaza, an absolutely phenomenal racetrack.
I've got no slip, Alex.
Diamond Ring, my favorite oval, as we dive down the inside with an absolutely ballsy overtake. Take first place.
That
really
boy balls as big as hell, boy.
Really enjoyed this track, actually. It was real fun. And then we got Vinewood, one of my favorites of the season. This is the battle with Ajax here. This was the highlight of my race. As Ajax takes it down the left side, taking that inside. And I'm going to attack his ass right here. We're going to keep that slipstream and take that position right back. Man, battling on this track was absolutely, just an absolute joy. This windy section right here in particular, definitely the highlight of the track for me. I love just all the camera movement, you're looking all left to right, and it's all like a windy and shit. And I don't know, I just really enjoy it. It's real fun. I'm gonna show the whole rest of this sequence because why the hell not, man? This is a track to highlight. This is what I want to see more of. More tracks like this. This is a racetrack, man. But anyways, getting into the points, I want to talk about the points real quick here. So, me and Viper tied on 165 to 165 going into this final race, tied. This is absolutely crazy. As you guys can see on the screen here, we are tied 165 to 165, man. You can't make that shit up. That is some textbook type shit. We're tied going into the final race. Yes, partially due to my mess up on zero gas, but nonetheless, it's a cool way to go into the last race. It is an exciting way to go into the last race, and it is an intense way to go into the last race for the two drivers that are in that situation. Now, as you can see, this is the points I calculated. Had I not messed up zero gas and had everything gone the way it did with diamond rigging with the penalty, that is how much points I would have had ahead of Viper. So I would have had a comfortable lead, and I could have gone, I think I could have got 3rd or 4th place in the final race and won the championship still. But that didn't happen, so we're in the situation we are in. So it's that much more important to extract the absolute most out of my potential, my speed, and I really just do my absolute best to get
It's
the
gonna
best
rain at
performance I
9:30.
can.
Here we go.
So
Great.
with that being said,
Fucking awesome.
enjoy the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.
The Diamond Casino Grand Prix track is in it's in Florida.
I'm wearing a helmet tonight, guys.
What?
Yeah.
Gotta keep that cranium safe.
And Elite, I'm betting all of my money on you.
Alright.
He's wearing.
I don't know if I was able to confirm it, but
Yeah,
I tried.
He's wearing a helmet this week because we made fun of him last time.
Yeah, I don't look like a bitch tonight.
Yeah, you do.
Yo, what's good, everybody? I hope y'all enjoyed that intro. If y'all skipped that, that's fine as well. But now it is time to race. It is time to get into this finale here. So we have P7, and the start is gonna be crucial, man. The start is gonna be huge because there's quite a pile up here. So we are gonna just hug behind Viper and try to hold this inside line, and we crucially squeeze past Flow State Racing. Both of the drivers we were able to take out in the first corner. And we go right between Stony and Ajax. That was some cinematic shit right there.
Fault, so
and I am on the hunt.
And we're already past
I
it.
am gone. As you see, I was hungry. After zero gas and after the penalty, I was hungry, man. I wanted to win, and I wanted to do it in the right way. So I was just hungry. As you see, I am blasting through the field. I'm already up to P3, and I am ready to take that P1. I'm sorry to Island's team. I'm sorry to Island and Kyle. I forgot your guys' team name. I know I'm terrible. But I'm taking y'all team down. Come here. I don't know what happened to Kyle, but give me that first place. Shit. So we up to P1 at the beginning of the lap. We already have quite an extensive gap to P2. So, not necessarily an eventful way to start the race, but a crucial way to start the race in terms of a championship standpoint. This is absolutely huge. This is honestly incredible that I was able to get this much of an advantage. This is literally zero gas all over again. So I'm like, I will not mess this up again. In my head, all I could think of in this moment was zero gas, right? As I kind of hit the wall there, I'm like, oh shit, I'm already messing up. We gotta start extracting time here. We can't allow them to catch us. We gotta send it. But I'm thinking about zero gas this entire time, and I'm like, there is no way we have not fought for this championship in the last 5 months.
Warning to everybody behind me.
To mess up in the last race, especially like we did in zero gas. I was so pissed and gutted at myself after that one. We will not do that again. And I take this a little wide here. We were a little. I'm not gonna lie. At first few laps, I was a little
exiting pits.
A little out of my my perfection. I guess you could say my clean driving. I don't know. I wouldn't call it perfection because I'm definitely ain't perfect. I ain't DCRK level. But I was a little off, taking some shit a little wide. But you guys will see over the next few laps. I started honing in on my pace and getting that down because there was a very big reason to do so. And you guys are gonna see here in about 5, 6, 7 laps. Something happens with two drivers in particular. They start using a certain strategy to try and catch me, and it was looking a little dangerous. Like, it was looking risky there for a second on my end. Like, it was looking like something was gonna happen, but I won't get quite there yet. And now, see, think about this commentary. It's gonna be a little different than most commentaries. This commentary, it's gonna be, you know, I'll talk about the race occasionally, but as you see, we're in first place, and we have all the room in the world, right? We got the clear road. So nothing to talk about in terms of overtaking, nothing to talk about in terms of catching someone. But what we can talk about is this season. We can talk about the season. We can talk about everything that we have achieved as an individual driver, everything I have learned, and honestly, everything I've come to appreciate just by joining this league and playing this season. Now, first thing I want to talk about is the contact, right? So, as you guys saw, that non-contact clip I threw in at the beginning, kind of similar to what we're in right now. You know, we got up to P3 and we're just kind of driving, right? Kind of cruising. And what's happening right now isn't something you normally want to happen. Like me being in first like this and cruising in first in a contact race, not that I won't take it, but it's not something I really want to do in terms of an enjoyable standpoint. You know, something to enjoy, to have fun with. And in terms of content as well, you know, you guys want to see battling, but I'm not going to say no to this opportunity I've been given.
Yeah, you were just swerving. I was going to go to the left.
As you see, Alex and Viper are good. 14 seconds with Viper behind us, so we got a good lead, right? But they're close to each other, so that means they're going to start slipping.
Worse to me than it was to you.
Drafted soon. So we got to keep these up, right? But wow, until that happens, and while we wait for Flow State Racing to potentially catch us here, we're gonna just talk about, you know, everything that's happened this season so far and how it's gone, what my mindset is in like throughout the season. So, when we started this season, Little Seoul was our first race, right?
Sorry,
and Little Seoul was tough, honestly. Little Seoul,
I managed.
Solid track, nothing. I don't have anything against it other than maybe that tight hairpin. And people know what I'm talking about. The tight hairpin going up to the after the highway going up to the bridge. Yeah, that hairpin for me, a little too tight for BRA. I think if that could get widened out, I don't know if that's possible with the track layout, but that would be nice because I think that one's a little too much of a squeeze. Because like the whole point of a hairpin, and honestly, at least in terms of racing, like a hairpin, it's nice to have a situation with someone dives down the inside and you go a little wide, and you kind of have like a really tight pinch as you're trying to see who's gonna, you know, fight for that position on the next straight, and you guys are kind of like tight out of the hairpin. That happens a lot with hairpins. That's kind of the point of them, you know. And that's not gonna happen on that. It is a one-way street going into that that section of the track. If you don't have, if it's just one car, like you can't go too wide in there. Like there ain't no way. So that's my problem with Little
Alex,
Seoul.
maybe drop back for slip.
It's crazy to think it's been that long since that track and that race. You know, we've come a long way here. And as you see, Viper
Hazard,
and
Carousel.
Alex are, I think they're about to start using some teamwork here because
Cleared.
we're a solid few laps into the race, and we're looking good. You know, we have a good lead. We're zooming out here. You know, we're hanging out, and they're gonna have to do something. So
on your right island.
they can't allow me to keep this open air, this
Let's
free.
do this, Alex. Come on.
As you can hear, Viper, he's like, hey, let's do this. You know, like, hey, it's time to go. We got to get on it now. And they realized that, and I realized that. I understood what they were doing in my mind. I knew that it was coming. You know, I was like, all right, they're gonna start slipping
in the middle of the
here
race,
on this track because it's a lot of straights, a lot of opportunity for a big slip boost, you know, gain. So they're gonna be on the
There was
you
some
know,
lag there.
Oh, good.
and,
Oh, good. Just went
I'm
through
hearing
that.
Grand was saying
wait.
something about a car or something. I don't know what he said.
No.
I hope to God there was not a vehicle on the track. I didn't experience much of that this season, but I know that was something going on some of the tracks. As you see now, Viper's down to 13. We got 13 seconds. So we're gonna try and keep an eye on that every lap or so, and try to kind of calculate and see how much time we're gaining or losing per lap. You know, but I'm feeling pretty comfortable right now. We have a good lead here, and as long as we can maintain this consistency and we don't crash in the pits. Luckily, this pit stop is fairly open, unlike Zero Gas, so that chances of that happening are very little. But believe me, I was thinking of this. Every time I pit now, I think of Zero Gas, and I think that'll be permanently embedded in my brain to the end of time, because that moment was quite an L in my racing career as a GTA driver out here. That was an L for sure. Not something I want to ever relive
has
or
it
see
happened?
happen
Has
to
it
me again,
happened?
because it was ridiculous. But
Clear, clear.
as you see, our tires, man, yellow. Well, you can extend your tires quite a bit on this track. And that was another thing I did. I believe I pitted one less time than everyone else in this race, and that's been crucial throughout the season. Remember on ammunition, when I pitted, I was going longer per stint. I was sacrificing slight lap time for an extended tire wear, right? To extend my tire life, to manage my tires. And I nearly caught Alex on the last lap. I caught his slip, and then Soldier unfortunately kind of hit me, and I got bent out of shape, lost my slip, and Alex was able to get that victory. But I had that opportunity. I was in that chance to attack and possibly win that race, and that was because of tire management. Another track example of this was international with the rain. I pitted one less time than everyone else on that track, and it was because I extended my tires longer on the each stint, and I waited for the rain. And that's something we also did on this track, because according to the forecast, it was going to rain. And this was something I kept in mind, because I am a very strong driver in the water, in the rain. And not everyone in this league is as strong as I am with the rain. And I know that. And I know if I can get in the rain, I can get in that water, it's going to benefit me, and I'm going to gain some time on Viper. Because right now, as you see, the gap has not changed at all, really. Me and Viper were running the exact same pace pretty much the entire race. It was only when him and Alex started slipping where it was like, oh, okay, he is gaining. But when he's by himself, as you can see, we're doing just about the same times per lap. He gained an extra 10th or so there. We should have that back at the end of this ring. But yeah, we're doing a good job of managing our pace to Viper. As you see, it went back up. So we're just trying to keep that. But we're also trying to watch Alex this time, because Alex is going to be a key factor in this race as well. Having that teammate is going to be crucial, because my teammate was absent. Soldier is not present in this race. He didn't want to participate, and that's completely fine. He just didn't want to. And I decided, I'm like, you know what? I started this season by myself.
Someone's breathing on their
I'm going
mic
to
a
end
lot.
it by myself. Because as you guys know, in Little Seoul, Alpha Octane was alone out here. And guess what? In the Diamond Casino ring, or the Diamond Casino Grand Prix, Alpha Octane was alone out here. And that's all it needed. That's all it was needed. Just me, baby. We a lone wolf out here. And honestly, I've always been a stronger gamer, a stronger player by myself. Talk about Fortnite solos, being #1 on Fortnite back in the day for solo wins. By myself. I did that all alone. No help. That was me doing my thing. Right? So then you got like Call of Duty, carrying kids all the time, going like 70-0, 70-2, 70-3, and having to carry kids to wins. You know, I'm used to doing this shit by myself. Even in Destiny, doing like raid carries and trial carries. Bro, like, this is something that has been crafted and built upon over just so many years. You know, I don't rely on anyone anymore. You know, a lot of people, they rely on a teammate. They rely on, you know, if their teammate can help them defend, or their teammate can help do this or do that. Not me. I've always been someone that I just trust myself, I rely on myself, and I focus on myself. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not willing to help or willing to work with a teammate, and I'm very decent at this as well. Like when Fortnite with duos and squads, like I could run some good shit, and we could get hella wins and be very communicative together and very strong as a team. You know, me and Soldier, I feel like when we communicate properly and when we communicate well, we're a very efficient team together. It's just Soldier doesn't really like that he don't do that communication shit as much, which is cool. You know, he's kind of like me as well, where he does his own solo thing, but he don't communicate as much as I do. But that's completely fine. I understand that. Who is that? That's Silky? Someone's just started spectating. I can't really see the name. It'd be kind of blurry on here, but I think that says Silky or some shit. What's up, Silky? Sorry if that ain't your name, but that's why I'm calling you. It's good, girl. Good boy. I don't know. When I see Silky, I expect a girl. Silky sounds like a girl name to me. I like a girl. That's a girl gamer tag if you ask me. But hey, if you're a guy, I'm sorry. What's up, man? But anyway, so getting back to the race recap here. If we're looking at our gap, let's see. I believe I will check it after this chicane. Let's see. Do I check it? Yep. So he's actually gained about a second. I believe I might have locked up or slightly messed up a few corners, and he's probably just pushing really hard. He potentially got a slip from a back marker as well. Not sure what's going on there, but I believe that's Viper on the left there, entering that double little corner chicane section that we just hit on the highway. Oh, yep, that is Viper. You can hear his engine roaring. And if we can hear his engine, it's time to go. Because this is a long race. This is longer than zero gas in terms of lap time. So, ain't no messing around here. This is a mentally straining race, just like zero gas. There's plenty of areas you can mess up. And you got to keep headstrong. You got to keep your shit going here. You can't slack. You can't doze off here, you know? Some tracks you can kind of just take it easy and relax, and it's so instinctive, but not this track. You got to keep your mind right. You got to keep your shit going. You got to keep your head strong, because you lose focus for a second, and you take your mind off of it, you can find yourself going into a wall. I'm telling you, like, even like this corner, you got to keep your head strong, bro. And that's what's cool about this track. It's a fun track, it's a rewarding track, but it is a challenging track too. I wouldn't say it's not as bad as Zero though. Zero's got that highway and the pit, the gas station, and the first turn. This is a lot of tight, awkward sections to that track. I believe the layout has potential though, and I know it's getting updated, so I have hopes that that track can become a fan favorite, or a fan favorite, a player favorite, a league favorite, I guess you could say, in the league. I think that one has potential, because I've always thought Zero Gas was decent. It's just some things, you know, surrounding it that kind of make it less enjoyable. We are holding this gap on Viper right now, and as you see, our tires are starting to wear quite a bit. But I think we're gonna go another lap here. I think we got enough wear, and normally I would pit here, you know. In a dry race, I would pit, but I am aware of the water coming in, right? I'm aware of the rain, and tires wear faster in the rain, and on top of them wearing faster in the rain, obviously they have less grip. But you can't push your tires.
Sorry, Alex.
These tires would be inefficient. They would not work in the rain, but they work fine in the dry. So I'm like, why not go another lap in the dry on these tires? We're gonna be faster on these warm tires in the dry than we would be on fresh tires in the rain. So we're gonna go ahead and risk pushing this extra lap. As you see, everyone's pitting. Viper's pitting. I believe Stoney just took a pit. So we're taking a gamble here, and that's something that's a trend you've seen throughout the season. Is those gambles pay off. You've seen it on multiple races and throughout multiple tracks. I push those tires an extra lap, or maybe even sometimes an extra 2 laps. And even if I'm sacrificing a little bit of pace, I'm thinking in the back of my head, even if I'm slower than what I would be if I pit this lap on dries, or on, what's it called? I set a new fresh tires, it's not going to be dry anymore. It's gonna be wet here any second. Because as you can hear Alex saying it's already 9:30, and that's when the rain was set to kick in. And as you can see, the clouds are forming, the sky is starting to darken, and I know right now, I'm like, I have about 20 seconds till this rain appears. I need to get to the pit now, because I can't afford to even take these high-speed corners, like one right here. I would have to take that super slow if it started raining right now, but luckily it's still dry, so I'm able to send this pretty fast. I do take it a little slower there, as you can see. I lift quite a bit, and the rain is hitting right about now, I believe. The rain is coming, so it is time to pit. Yep, the rain is here. So it is time to pit. It is time to get into those pits. So right now, the strategy worked out absolutely perfectly, and as you see, we have quite a gap to Viper, so we need to get into this pit this shit, and then get out. So we take the pit, nothing crazy. It wasn't an insane pit stop. Alex was telling me you could just gun it through that pit and fly right over and pit real quick and get out. I kind of sent it, but not too hard. I wasn't risking nothing after Zero Gas. I'm like, I don't care if I lose a half a second in that pit stop. As long as I get through there, I am happy. I'll make up the time on the damn track. And now it is raining, and I'm excited. It's raining, and I have a 22-second lead here. And I'm telling you, having a 22-second lead in the rain is Christmas, man. And you want to know why that's the case? Because when you're in the rain and you have a 20-second lead, obviously when people are behind you, they're going to be pushing extra hard, right? But when they're in the rain, they can't push as hard as they can in the dry. So Viper is going to be sliding around more. He's going to be pushing his tires more. He's going to be taking extra extensive risks to get those extra couple hundredths of a second per lap. But he's going to be costing himself tire wear by doing that. So in my head, I'm like, hey, I'm not even going to push too hard here. I'm going to take this smooth. I'm going to take this nice. I'm going to keep my tires alive. As you see, I take that very smooth. Probably lost about 3/10 there, but you know what? I'm keeping my tires alive. And I'm thinking, I know Viper's going to be pushing hard. He's going to be sending it. So this rain is going to be very, very, very helpful. So I take this a little wide. I kind of just chill, allow my tires to reset so I don't, you know, make them spin there. So I can keep these tires going. Because I'm on my head, I want to do a two-stop strategy if I can here. Maybe 3. But the rain changes that up. And the dry 2 would have been viable. With the rain, it's going to be a 3, most likely. But if we can try and hold on to these tires the best we can, hey, maybe we can still do it too. So we're going to try and do that. But you can see our tires are already
should we?
starting to wear a little
It might
bit.
be dangerous in the rain.
And Viper is asking Alex if they should start slipping, doing the drafting together.
Okay.
I think they deny it because it's raining, so they're like, okay, maybe wait till the rain disappears. We'll just kind of hang out with each other, and then as soon as this rain dissipates, we're gonna start sending it on Elite. And that's another reason I wanted this rain to hang out as long as possible. Slipstreaming and drafting is much tougher in the rain, you know. So me being able to stay out in the rain in the lead like this is gonna be nothing but beneficial. As you see, Viper is just now going through the tunnel section. He is taking that corner and going through the tunnel right now. Alex is just a little bit
Snake, is your
behind
mic
him.
on?
And it looks like the rain, as you can tell, the sky's already kind of clearing up.
Yeah, I
And
bought my tires.
that means the rain's not going to be here for much longer. So I'm looking at the sky. I'm like, it's kind of light already. I'm like, this rain's going to be gone in maybe a lap or 2. So we didn't get much rain. It kind of came in, hit us, and then left. And that was a little unfortunate, but I think it did just enough for us. It kept us in first. It seemed to have given us a little bit of time. Maybe not much. Really was gained or lost there, so nothing gained or lost. That's fine. And yeah, you can see, as you can tell, it already seems to, the rain is definitely lightening up already. It's still there, but it's not pouring no more. It's kind of just sprinkling now. And that means this track is going to be dry here in about a minute. And yeah, bro, the rain is, as you can see, it's going. It's still here, but it is slowly disappearing. And that is really strange for me. You know, like the rain normally lasts like 6-7 laps, but as you can see, it's gone. Like it's sprinkling. It's light sprinkles. Like this shit is already disappearing. So it was fun while it lasted. And Snake, oh my god, bro, Snake, dude, this dude is a good driver. He has talent, but this man obviously doesn't have much knowledge with the rules and league stuff, which is fine. He's new. But man, I think we got to change the way we add people to the league. I believe if we're in the playoffs, I don't think a player should be allowed to join the league until after the playoffs. I think if it's before playoffs, sure, welcome them with, you know, welcome with. Can I speak, please?
Now.
Welcome up with warm arms. You know, welcome up with warm arms. Let them in the league. But if it's like race 11 or race 12, deep in the playoffs, tied on points or something, let's wait. You know, because there's a few situations on the oval where I would have to flick
I'd
my
be
stick
losing more time than
to the
gaining.
left or right to avoid his wheel hitting the back of my car, or there'd be a few situations on even some of the tracks prior to that, and in that situation he just didn't call out. So yeah, man, Snake is a great driver, but a little reckless. If he can figure out the rules and really get his shit clean, he's gonna be a top driver in the league. But as you see, it's dry now. Look at this, it's all dry. That shit is gone. That is the fastest I've ever seen rain go. But you know what? I know another thing that gives us an advantage here, tire wear. So as you guys know, we pit right as the rain started, right? So we pit right as the rain began. We went for a pit about 20 seconds after the rain hit, and everyone else pit about a lap sooner than us. So you want to know what that means? Everyone's tires are going to be much more worn than us. Not only did they drive for a longer period of time in the rain on their stint, but on top of that, they went one extra dry lap before the rain had started with those tires. So that means that everyone's tires right now, like Viper and Alex's tires, should be about orange right now. I'd say like medium, lightish, normal orange. And ours are on like regular yellow, about to hit dark yellow. So we're about, I'd say, 2 laps extra on our tires. One for the extra lap gone on the dry, and then one with the rain. So yeah, I'd say we're about an extra lap or 2 up on our tires. So that is another thing to be excited for, because that means they're gonna have to hit either a lap or 2 before us on this next stint. So that's great news. That's something to look forward to and something to keep in mind as we try to hold on to our tires throughout the next 7 or 6 laps, I'd say. I can't actually remember how many tires or how many laps the tires would last on this track. It was fairly decent to my recollection, fairly solid, but it wasn't great either. I don't think there was any particular tire that wore more than the other, or anything weird like that, though. I think it was just the back end tires would wear a little more, like pretty normal for the BR8. But yeah, man, we have a great lead. I don't know exactly the gap right now, but we have a fairly large gap on Viper, and
Overtake me, I think.
after zero gas, that is nothing to say. I mean, it don't mean nothing though. You could have a 20-30 second lead. The race is never over until it is over, man. Anything can happen, bro. Anything can happen. Some sort of collision could happen. A pileup could happen in front of me with the back markers, and I could lose like 10 seconds. Like any of these things are possible. So it is never smart. It is never something that is wise to do, to like kind of be confident and just be like, oh, we got this. Like, it's okay to be confident, have faith in yourself, but it's never okay to underestimate your opponent and be like, okay, I have this win, it's guaranteed. Like, no, bro, nothing's guaranteed. There's always a chance something could happen. He's only 21 seconds behind, and y'all know with zero gas, that is nothing. So we got to keep going, and we are not going to give out. We are sending it through the damn bushes over here. I was not giving out right here, because I knew Viper and Alex were going to be slipping and using that the drafting on each other. So I'm like, I got to go, bro, because we still got a chunk of this race, and these dudes, if they slip, they're gonna gain a second or two extra a lap, so they're gonna be on me within the next 10 laps or so. I gotta go, and that's exactly what we're gonna do, man. We are just gonna send it, and we're gonna send these tires out extra late. We got them nice and orange, so we're gonna be starting to benefit a little bit of extra speed right about now, and as those tires wear a little bit more, we will continuously gain speed on the next 4 to 5 laps, as long as we can keep these tires alive. And that is basically the goal here, because we can't pit early and go on safe pits. We have to extend our stint to not only reduce the gap, but also to give ourselves extra speed on each one of these laps. Because you guys know that, you know, anywhere from like orange to red tires, you are gaining speed. And as you see, we have gained a few seconds actually on Viper. So this is looking fantastic for us. And I don't even think Viper and Alex have started slipping yet. And honestly, if these dudes started slipping, I think these dudes should have started doing it about 5-6 laps sooner, because they're not really doing it quite a lot yet, but they start doing it here in the next couple laps. And if they started right about now, I honestly believe that they could have got Alex and Viper could have caught me within the last 2 or 3 laps, and I think me and Viper would have fought to the finish. But I don't know. Something happened with Viper, I believe, just now, so I don't know the whole story with them, so maybe I'm wrong there. But now we are entering lap 15, so as you guys can see, long race, man. Just like zero gas, it's a long one. You know, at this point, most races be over, right? Or be very close to ending. But not with zero gas, or not with diamond. Zero or diamond, they're both very long races, so we got quite a bit to go here.
So as this race continues to go, and as we continue to get through this, and try to hold this gap and just kind of secure this win and get this championship potentially here, I'm gonna go back to talking a little bit about the season as we hang out here until something happens, of course. So looking back at this season, man, so Sandy Shores was my first win of the season and my first win of the league, actually my first ever win in this league. And it's crazy to think that we've come this far from there, even. From those, this was like 4 months ago or 5 months ago when we had that race. Sandy was a really fun race for me, though. I had that one chicane at the beginning that a lot of people, including myself, struggle with. But something about the track clicked with me, and I went in, and I was feeling good on that track. It was a fun one, and it was crazy because that was our first win. But man, we should have had our first win. Could have been our first race, man. Elysian Grand Prix Season 3, we had P1, and we could have won that race, but the nerves got me, and I crashed because I was unfamiliar with the league. I didn't really know the drivers I was going against, so the nerves got me. And back then, I used to get nervous, like Alex kind of does sometimes, where you feel it in your arms and your hands, and you can just feel your hands shaking, and you're nervous. And, you know, you're thinking about it and all that too much. That don't happen no more. I'm headstrong now. Like, I got my shit on lock now. Like, I know my will and I know my potential. Like, you know what I'm saying? Back then, like, you kind of don't fully know who you are as a driver yet. You don't have that full confidence yet. And I was still building myself up as a driver. And I knew who I was, but I still had like doubts about myself. Like I was amazing even back then, because I can say that because when I was talking to Viper, he said his fastest time on there was like a 102, and I got into the 101s, and I hit like a 101.9. He was saying like anything under 102 is probably not even possible. That's what Viper was telling me. I remember when we first met, and I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna go in there and try that. And I got a 101.090. And this is when I didn't even soft brake. Viper apparently knew how to soft brake with the PR4 and everything. I didn't even know how to do that shit back then. So it was all legit. So, you know, I had the skill back then, but the mindset, the consistency wasn't there quite as much. It was my consistency that I worked on more than anything, because at that point I had the pace and I could hit hot laps, but like over the course of an entire race I would break a wing or, you know, mess up a few laps. And that's something that we have, I wouldn't say perfected, but we've gotten a lot better at. And contact has helped with that, you know. When you're in a non-contact lobby and you're doing just 5-lap races, you don't really get the chance to work on that as much, you know what I mean? Unless you're really pushing on some tight tracks like keeping track or something, and you're wood boosting, yeah, you might have to worry about that a little bit, but not when it comes to like track behavior and, you know, avoiding cars and just being aware and stuff. Like my awareness has definitely taken a huge boost this season. I'd say my awareness and my consistency went up huge. Like if this was like the Madden stats or something, I'd say my pace at the beginning of the season was like a 90. My consistency was like a 65, and my pace has gone up to like at least like a 95 now, and my consistency has gone up to like an 85. We ain't quite at like a 95, 99 overall yet with that shit, but our pace has gone the fuck up. And overall, just my mind state, my mentality, and my mental state while in the race, because this is important too, man. Just having confidence and faith in yourself and believing in yourself, that has gone up too. Back then, I used to be like a 70, you know. I was kind of off and on. Like I feel good about myself, but sometimes I get a little nervous and not confident. That doesn't help your nerves either. Not having that full confidence and faith in yourself and believing in yourself, and then on top of that being nervous and shit, that just it's a nightmare. But if you have confidence and faith in yourself and you believe in yourself and you don't get nervous, that shit is you're gonna notice yourself get a lot better too, because you're gonna be able to drive just as good as you do when you're practicing as you do when you race. And that's something that I used to not be able to do. I remember I would go in and I'd practice and I would be hitting insanely fast laps. But then I started, I would go and do the non-contact races and I'd always be like half a second slower. And eventually I got that down even in non-contact lobbies now, where I used to, like, for example, keeping track. I could never hit 41 lap times on keeping track in a regular race with race pace. I could only hit it in practice lobbies with like red tires. But now I can go into a keeping track lobby with soft braking and I can get like a 41.6s, 141.4s. Like, it's amazing. I can consistently hit really fast lap times. And that is partially due to me getting better at the soft braking, but it's also me getting better with my confidence and consistency. And I do have to thank Ajax and Stoney for providing this league and providing the contact experience for me, because it's hard to get this experience. You know, you can't just go into a normal lobby and get this type of experience, because this is the way contact's supposed to be. You know, like, let's be honest, like, this is what it's supposed to be. You know, battling, overtaking, respectable drivers, being aware of each other and actually allowing each other to go wheel to wheel. Like, that's wheel to wheel. That's racing, right? And they used to give me shit. I remember when I first joined the league, and I talked about being a non-contact driver. They're like, that's just a time. That's what would they say? That's a why can't I think of the damn name? They just say it's like a speed run or whatever. I don't know why I can't think of the time run or something. Yeah, I'm sure y'all watching the video like, bro, it's well, how can you not think of the name? You're an idiot. But that's basically what they said. Like, it was just like that's what it is. Why can't I think of the name, bro? I hate myself. And I can't pause the commentary because I have no more pauses because I've been editing shit. God damn it, I'm trash. I'm trying, Alex. I'm trying. How do you do it, bro? How do you do it? But anyway, I'm gonna get past that now. So, anyways, past all that bullshit, get into the race real quick. Viper and Alex, I don't know if you've been hearing them. They are communicating right now. I don't know if you've been able to hear them a few times over my bantering, but they've been communicating, man. They have been communicating. They've been saying, hey, you know, I'll let you pass here. They're slipping. They are giving each other slipstream, and they are drafting off each other, and they are hunting. As you see, the gap already went down a second just in the time I checked my shit.
4 left.
So they're gaining, bro, and we're in these last like 5 or 6 laps. In my mind right now, I'm like, oh man, I gotta send this. I have to send this. So we can't make any mistakes, because normally when I'm in first like this, I kind of start cruising a little bit. Like, don't be wrong, I still push, but especially on a track like this first section, I won't push as hard through the first section. I'll kind of just coast through it. But nah, bro, y'all are gonna see, I send it.
I had a little
I just
slurp.
barely brake and fucking boost through, or just boom, right through here. I ain't got time to slow down, because we got these two crazy motherfuckers on us. Flow State is hunting us down, man. It's literally just like the track a few weeks ago. I can't remember the race it was where they were hunting us, but it is the same shit all over again, but on a whole nother level now. This is the championship on the line. Alex and Viper, the two most experienced and probably the two most talented drivers in this league that I am competing with, are both on my ass, bro. They're coming for me. This is scary, bro. I don't like this. This is not nice. Zero gas. This was zero gas was less than this. I mean, at least on zero gas, it was my fault. Goddamn Viper's dog barking. I can't think. Stop barking, damn it. But on zero gas, it was my fault. But this time, I'm like, bro, I have a lead. Don't let me get fucked over because of nothing like this. I'm like, there ain't no way they gain 20. There ain't no way they make up 20 seconds at the end of the race like this and fuck me over like this. There ain't no way. But I'm looking at that damn time. It's going into the 17s now. No. Stay away, damn it, Alex. And as you see, there was a car to my left there. Luckily, completely out of the racing line. Not really a problem or a nuisance for anyone, but Jesus, man. That shit. I'm telling you, one of these days, I know it's gonna be like a sharp blind corner, and I'm gonna hit it off the apex or something, come around the edge exit, and I'm just gonna smack into a car. I'm just waiting for it to happen. I'm surprised it hasn't yet. Damn, dude, down to 16 seconds. They are gaining, bro. That's like 2 seconds. And Grand, luckily and thankfully, with the call out, let me know that he was a hazard on the road. But 15s now, into the 15s. We got 3 laps left. We gotta go, bro. Go, Elite, go. I don't know why I'm talking to the third person, but just go, bro. This is a championship on the line. This ain't right, bro. I ain't got soldier. Where you at, bro? I need a soldier in here. 15 on the dot, bro. That's another 10. Or that's another like 4, 6, 5, 6, 7, 10s. He's coming for me, bro. It's getting risky now. So now in my mind, I'm thinking about zero gas this entire time. I am like, this is zero gas all over again, but on another level, bro. I have a chance to win this championship. I have a chance to wrap this shit up right now. But we can't do nothing. We can't brake late. We can't hit a wall and have to reverse out and lose some time. No, nothing like that. We got to hit this clean. We got to hit this fast. And we got to hit it right. As we got the sun. I can't tell. Is that sun rising or is that setting? I don't know which one. But that shit looking beautiful with that ray tracing. I can't wait for this remaster on PS5. Unfortunately, I ain't finna be able to experience that because I can't find the console. But I do have a Series S. And I think it's getting remastered on that too. So I can play on my Xbox, but man, I don't want to play Xbox with GTA. I built my whole community. I built everything. All my friends, all my vehicles, and just my whole account is surrounded on PS4. I have an old Xbox account because I used to play GTA 5 originally, back on the 360, and I have like an old Xbox One, Xbox 360 account. But it ain't got nothing like this. You know, none of my friends are on it, and I just don't want to play that. But if I absolutely have to, I'll probably go on there to experience the story. You know, I'll go on my Series S to experience and play through that story because it's gonna be real cool to see that remaster with the new graphics. Definitely gonna be a cool thing to see, a cool spectacle. Because you know how good Red Dead is. I did that whole Red Dead playthrough, 100%. We did that 100% playthrough on the channel a few months ago, a little before this league, I think, and that was real fun. Really enjoyed playing that through. A little stressful, a little rage-inducing at some point with some of them challenges they got you going. Don't even get me started on Gambler 8 on Red Dead 2, please. But anyways, man, we are in the final few laps, and it looks like it was a sunset because the sky is falling now. It is getting dark, so it was a sunset. I see. But we are in the last few laps, and you can hear them.
Tires are beeping.
I can hear them communicating. I'm like, oh no. But as you hear, Viper's tires are beeping, and that is a huge sign of relief. That is a way of me being able to relax in this moment right now because I was kind of getting a little worried. But as soon as I heard tires were beeping, I was reassured. I was like, okay, he can't he can't push the rest of this race when his tires are beeping already. It's just not gonna happen. He will go flat. It is guaranteed.
Right.
Even if he drove smoother than smooth, you would still. It's no way. So I'm like, all right. At this point, as long as I don't do anything stupid, the race is ours now. Like, we got this. But they were catching, man. They got it down to like 12 seconds. If his tires had a little more life in them, maybe they could have caught me. But I think we got this. I think it's safe to say we got this. So yeah, man. This race was. I would have rather had battled to the end. But hey, like I said, never say never, because look at them right there, side by side, going down the highway right now. Oh, they are right there, bro. It is. They're right there. It's scary, bro. Ah! 11 seconds. I gotta go. All right, final lap. Elite, let's go, Elite. Get it done. I'm in the third person. I don't care. I'm rooting for you, bro. Get it done. So we're on the last lap, taking this tunnel chicane here. Take it solid. Go a little wide as we go down through the tunnel here. Nothing in front of us. We ain't got no back markers. Nothing to help us with a slip. Nothing to give us an extra little bit of speed. So we are gonna have to keep our shit together on this last lap. Nothing to fuck up here. We can't fuck up. And as you see, they are coming through the tunnel right now. We are going right over them actually as we pass them
it was
there.
my fault,
Or,
honestly.
go
If
over
we would
them
have
there.
started, if I fucked my wing up, we would have had him.
And you hear Alex
I lost
saying
two.
we should have started sooner.
Yeah, I know.
They apparently lost some wings. So ultimately, consistency is a huge thing, man. That is why I'm so happy I got my consistency more down like I have this season. Because breaking
You
wings
wanna
like
stay
that,
home side by side?
fucking up like that,
Yes, sir.
is gonna cost you. And that's how I've lost some races this season. I've lost like a Legion. I lost a Legion and Zero Gas. Both those races lost because of me breaking wings.
P4 starting the
And
last lap.
we just drove beautifully this track. We got a little lucky. It was a little bit of luck with that start, but honestly a little bit of skill too, because the thing is I've gotten so many good
Yeah, I
starts,
know.
and even Alex has said throughout the season, he's like, Elite, you've got so many good starts. I gotta work on my starts because of that. And you don't get lucky that much time. Skill is involved too. It's a positioning thing, it's an awareness thing, it's having this sense of knowledge and this instinctive feeling of knowing or just being able to perceive how a situation is going to unfold. You know, just by looking and evaluating where cars are going, how many cars are going to be on the left, how many cars are taking the inside line, how much of a gap you have just in case some sort of mashup happens. I've really formed that feeling in my head, that instinct in my head from contact racing. Honestly, it was OG PR4 contact racing. Because when I started this race, when I started racing on this game, I didn't know anyone for like a league or to do custom lobbies. I just played normal lobbies. And that's how I got recognized and noticed
I wouldn't have fucked my wing up early
by
in the
Formula
race.
1 records, world records, DCRKs, because I ran into a lot of those guys. I met some of them, and I was recognized. I joined the league. Was like the third fastest driver, and I was just one of the top guys. We started doing non-contact sessions. But yeah, that's something that happened with that. But shit, man, as you see, the race is over now. We're on the cooldown lap, and this ain't much of a cooldown. I don't cool down. I don't slow down. Stone even got mad at me a few weekends ago. It was like when he was like, I think it was on Vinewood or something. I didn't slow down and I was battling him. He's like, why the fuck are you fucking with me, Elite? You're on a slowdown. I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. I just don't lose the competition in my heart. The race is still burning in my heart. You know, I don't want to stop. But yeah, man. So that is P1. We got the championship. We got the win.
Sony P4.
And that is how that went. So I'm really excited. I'm happy to win. Honestly, I would have rather had won
I appreciate
in
it.
a battle, wheel-to-wheel, final lap type, you know, duel, kind of like some Hamilton Verstappen shit, but without the safety car BS. But that didn't happen. You know, you can't do anything about that. You can't script this shit. So sometimes races go down to the wire, and it's some textbook shit. Sometimes a driver gets ahead and gets a little bit of luck, and that's kind of what happened with me. Because, like I said, with the start, I kind of got that knowledge down by doing those non-contact or those contact sessions, and then I eventually got recognized by Formula 1 World Records and did the non-contact sessions, and that's where my pace got really good, because I had solid pace and I was good, but they saw potential in me to be better, and they like, let's get you out of those contact sessions and get you in a non-contact and let you focus on pure pace, right? And I basically kind of now have the balance of pace and awareness and being able to maneuver and, you know, get through cars and just be an efficient driver.
You can join on the podium ceremony.
yeah, man. With all that knowledge, with all that skill, and all that shit that I
No,
honed
you're
and
here to talk about buying a truck.
put in together with myself, we were able to get this championship win with Viper cruising into the pits, and now with his beautiful livery. I gotta say, man, I love their livery for their last race. The purple, it's like some Lewis Hamilton helmet type shit, ain't it not? Like the junk with the quick fix, it's like the monster aesthetic with the purple. Like that's sexy, as you can hear me saying. I love it. And they're 3 wide, or we're 3 wide as you see in the pits, looking absolutely phenomenal in the pits right here. This is a cool way to end the race. We're all chilling
Pretty sure
in
you
here.
played the trumpet.
Last place.
Linked up. I think this looks real cool. But yeah, man, that is the season wrapped up. That is season 4. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I hope you guys enjoyed the journey, and hopefully I'm back for another season. Hopefully we're uploading season 5 next year in about a month or 2. Maybe I'll even stream it if I do that. We'll see. But yeah, guys, I'll go ahead and cut out the commentary now. I'll let you guys just watch the rest of this. We're just gonna talk, hang out in the pits for a minute, and then wrap this race up.
Bro.
Kind of
for
process what just happened.
Bro. Yeah,
But,
I think we definitely.
Great race, everyone. Great race.
cheers for
and,
the first time champion,
yeah, man.
ElitexKaoz. Hip hip.
Enjoy, guys. Peace out.
Hip hip.
Oh yay!
Hip
God, that was
hip.
an hour-long race.
Oh yay!
Hey, that was a great race. That was
actually a pretty good race.
like legitimately what fucking Viper and Alex were doing was fucking crazy. Alex, you were 10 seconds ahead of me, basically, when that all started, and you finished 50 seconds ahead of me.
Yeah. How do you think I felt looking at the gap every lap?
Fuck, man.
I was like,
Dude,
oh.
Elite. The worst part
How
is.
do you think I felt, dude? That gap was money to me.
Oh, yeah.
If I
I'm
didn't
so
lose my
glad you
wing-
won.
I'm sorry
If
I
I
made it
didn't
so
lose
tight.
my wing the second time, we were catching you 2 seconds a lap.
Yeah, no, you
Yeah,
guys
bro,
were
it was
hating on
crazy. I'm so pissed.
It
I
was
fucked up the
fucking
first time.
wild.
I'm so fucking mad,
I
bro.
just can't believe
cool.
I can't believe what I did on Zero Gas to even put myself in a tight situation like this in the first place.
It was a great race.
Sony used to witness.
That was
So-
probably the best finale we've had so far, in my opinion.
Yep.
That's by far my best finish at a finale.
I know that was.
And that-
Did you get
and
pin
for-
turn? Nice.
I did. And for what it's worth, this was also, like, there was a lot of talking, but, like, every single, like, I don't think there was a single wasted word.
Yeah, I appreciate that, guys. That was all around. Everybody drove clean, communicated well.
Then get your ass back here.
I think.
Are we all here?
Still waiting on a couple.
I think me and Grant clutched fifth.
That's the season. We're done. That was the season finale.
Yeah, great finale, great season.
So, we're gonna do a podium ceremony, or do we want to do one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you mind if I stick around for the podium ceremony? Alright, I'll stick around for the podium ceremony while I do points.
We can start the procession.
Alright, you ready? Everyone's ready? Cool.
Elite on you.
Yes, Copa, we got construction constructor.
Confuctor.
That's a fourth.
Constructor.
What were our
Sorry,
lap times, Alex? Hang
my
on.
accent
Oh,
was
there
real
had to
bad.
be like
Yeah,
43.
Indiana.
43-9. 43. God damn.
You ran a 143.9.
Congratulations to the new champions.
Jesus Christ, bro. What did I run? I only seen yours.
That's race pace
That
from last
crushes the
season.
track record.
That's
Dead
crazy.
ass on me,
That shit wasn't playing around. You're all slipping and shit. Was not
bro.
playing.
We weren't playing no fucking games, bro. I'm so mad. I
Congratulations.
fucked up the first
GG
time.
to everyone.
Bro, I
GG.
was so close. That is
Congratulations.
crazy.
Congratulations to the new champion. Thank you to race
Yeah,
race
bro, I was
officials.
just on normal
Yep.
pace, hanging out. I was trying
Fuck.
to.
GG down.
Fuck.
GG Island.
Um,
Yeah, GG, thank God.
I know me and you have
this
had
was
our
a